Champions get up even when they have no gas left in the tank. That's one of my favorite quotes. So I just got done running a couple of miles. It's about past 10 o'clock at night right now, and before this I just had 2 hours of training at jiu-jitsu, and I almost got my nose broken tonight. I got elbowed right in the nose and blood coming out of my nose, and when I got out, part of me was tired, just wanted to call it a night and go to sleep, but I knew I had to get my run in, and I've been fasting for a couple. I haven't eaten since Sunday, so I've been fasting for 2 days, water fasting, and but I still had to get my run in. So I came out and ended up running farther than I thought I was going to run. Ran a couple miles, and I feel great now, energetic. And so I just wanted to share a message on the beauty in pushing yourself past exhaustion. A lot of us, we only push ourselves until we're comfortable. We have so much more left in the tank. You work out and you just work out, until you're comfortable, and then you're done. But we don't realize how much more that we have left in the tank, how much further that we could push ourselves. I know I've heard of this called as the internal general. In cars, for example, built into automobiles and different vehicles, they actually have a safety function built within the car that when it gets to a certain point, the emergency light comes on, letting you know that, all right, you're at the limits. But the truth is that there actually is about 40% more that the vehicle can go. It's just that internal general kicks in, getting the person to ease off on the vehicle at that point, even though there's a lot more that the vehicle actually could go. And the same thing is with our brain. We actually have an internal general built into the brain, that when we get to a certain point, our internal general kicks in and says, okay, all right, that's enough, cool down, as like a safety mechanism. But the truth is, we have significantly more reserves that we can push ourselves past. And what I have discovered is that when you push yourself past that point of exhaustion, when you keep going, what happens is that that internal general starts to learn to push back further. So all of a sudden, your old, just using an example, your old limit, the internal general would kick on when you ran 1 mile. But all of a sudden, even though the internal general kicked on at 1 mile and you could really run 2 or 3 miles, you push yourself past the exhaustion and you run 3 miles every time. What's going to happen eventually, all of a sudden the internal general will start kicking on, not until 3 miles. And then all of a sudden you got 4, 5, 6 miles that you really could run. You see what I'm going at? And so when you train yourself to push yourself past the point of exhaustion, your body starts to learn, your mind starts to learn that, hey, you know what, this guy or gal is crazy. And so your brain, like I've talked about a million times, starts to support the lunacy of the lifestyle that you live in, and releases the necessary chemicals to support the body. I recover faster than most people because my body knows that I just keep pushing myself. Check out people like David Goggins, Wim Hof, Tony Robbins. A lot of people, I love following people like that, people who push themselves past the limits. They push themselves beyond exhaustion, and they talk a lot about this as well. I know David Goggins, he refers to it a lot. I believe he calls it the 40% rule, where whatever your limit is, to push yourself like 10% beyond that, because we have so much more. And what happens is, if every week you push yourself just 10% beyond what you're used to doing, before you know it, as time goes on, you're going to be doing double, triple, quadruple what you're used to doing. And you know what the nice thing is? When you push yourself beyond the point of exhaustion, when you push yourself and you get used to training in uncomfortable situations, and you get used to working, just having a crazy work ethic and working harder than most people, is what happens, in states like this, right? For example, I haven't eaten in a couple of days, been training, running my businesses, going full throttle, and what happens? Even though, I was tired, I got into the jiu-jitsu class, I almost had my broken nose and everything, blood coming out of my nose, I still came out and run. You know what? When all of a sudden it gets to like a normal day, when I'm eating and things are easier, it's like a joke. It's like a cakewalk. If you can teach yourself to run in the rain, if you will, run in the ice, the sleet, the hail, when it's come down the rain, then when it gets to those days when it's just, sunny and a nice breeze going and shade, it's going to seem like a joke because you're so used to training in less than desirable conditions. Then it's going to make the norm seem like a joke. And so, because it's so easy. And so that's why, like I say, a lot of times, my training, the way I try to live my life is all about mindset. It's not about necessarily having I don't train necessarily for optimal physical performance and, breaking records and running races and things like that. I do things to build a bulletproof mindset. And I also believe that you can find enlightenment through the suffering. Take a look at, like the marathon monks. Great, these are the marathon monks are monks. They look them up online. Real group of people. They dedicate themselves to running a marathon every single day. 28 miles, I believe, right? That's a marathon. Every single day for 7 years, I think it is. Every single day. And it's kind of like, why do they do that? But the reason why they do that is because they believe that they can find themselves through enlightenment, and they do. And some of them, that can go the distance. Not all of them can make it the whole 7 years. But the ancients and the masters, they have realized that that's one way of many different ways that you can find yourself through enlightenment. But this thing is, you're never going to reach enlightenment by staying in the comfort zone in life. It doesn't matter if you're working on breathing exercises, meditation, whatever it is you're trying to do in life. You're never gonna find enlightenment and really truly learn as yourself as a person by staying in the comfort zone. So there's so much value in pushing yourself beyond your limits. Because on the other side of suffering is just the most amazing pleasure waiting for you to experience. I mean, you can probably see this like natural high radiating off of you right now. I mean, this is legit. This is just natural dopamine chemicals coming out of the brain, not from any substance or anything. I mean, because I'm running on empty, literally. And that's the beauty of it, is on the other side of suffering is this euphoric high, this enlightenment that's awaiting you. But you're never going to find that living your life in the comfort zone. That's the irony, of living in the comfort zone all the time, is that you typically have more suffering than those who push themselves through the suffering and push themselves out of the comfort zone. When you always do what is easy in life, then life will always be hard. But when you do what is hard, then life will always be easy. Really think about that. Don't get that twisted. Don't try to overanalyze that, but think about that again. When you always take the path that is easy in life, then life will always be hard. But when you take the path less traveled, the path that is harder, the one you're going to have to, whack the weeds out of your way, and, it's not a clear, smooth path, it's going to be rocks and obstacles, then that's when life will be easy. That's when you're going to have the most pleasure in life, not on the easy path that everybody else takes. So yeah, guys, beautiful night out here. I feel like I could just stay up all night. I'm going to go home. I got a project that I'm going to work on and promised myself I was going to finish up tonight. So I've been loving running every single day. I feel I can definitely feel the enlightenment coming through me from running and doing this. This has been one of my favorite habits out of everything that I've ever experimented with. This simple habit of running every single day. Now I know why the marathon monks do it. You can feel the wisdom flowing through me, especially these nighttime runs. Something magical about running at night. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. So hope you all are doing good. Push yourself past your comfort zone, and know that champions get up even when there's no gas left in the tank. Champions get up even when there's no gas left in the tank. Hope y'all having a great day, and until next time, guys, let's make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.